Clean the ultrasound with me after work. In the case of the iScan 3, it's not waterproof, so you need to be careful with a few elements. One of them are the vents, which must not get flooded, but sometimes dirt gets in there. I'll show you in a moment how I clean it. Another part that isn't waterproof is the connection between the probe and the ultrasound unit. You can handle it in two ways. Before cleaning, this is more convenient for me. I detach it and protect it with the cover. Or you can leave the probe connected and clean it together with the unit. I'm not a fan of that method. Let's start by cleaning the unit itself. Sometimes a bit of dirt dries on it, because the exam lasts 2 or 3 hours, and then it's not so easy to wash off. I use a foaming cleaner. I leave the foam for a moment. To soften the dirt and then wipe it off with a cloth. If the unit isn't very dirty, I use regular window cleaner. I spray it, and since I keep the unit in the case, it's easy to wipe and it doesn't matter. If it gets slightly wet, I protect the back part so the liquid doesn't get inside. The parts that aren't the screen and are more heavily soiled can be cleaned with a sponge. Just remember not to clean the screen with a sponge, because you can scratch it. Always wipe the screen with paper towels. Before cleaning the sides and the back, take off the strap. I have a few straps, so they're always clean. I just wash them with the scrubs. At the end of the day, the sides I also clean, mostly with a sponge. Then the sides are done. At the back, remember there are several elements that aren't waterproof, so it's best to soak the sponge well. And scrub carefully, avoiding the vents, so no liquid gets inside. If you work in the field, this part is often covered in dirt. You can blow out the vents with compressed air or an air spray. It's also good to blow out the probe socket from time to time so any micro debris gets removed. Such dirt can affect image quality. When the ultrasound unit is clean, it's good to disinfect it. For disinfection to be effective, the product needs to stay on the surface for about a minute. After that, wipe off the excess. Remember to wipe the back too, and remove any liquid that got on the case. The case where we transport the unit also gets dirty or wet, so when you're already cleaning the ultrasound and using compressed air, it's good to clean the case as well. The strap goes to the washing machine, and we still have 2 more elements: the probe and the battery. For the battery, each battery has a symbol showing. It's not waterproof. We need to remember that. These parts, the charging port and the connection to the ultrasound, must not get wet. I usually cover them with my finger and spray the cleaning fluid onto the battery. Then I clean it with a sponge. and wipe it with a dry towel, making sure no liquid gets inside. If it does, blow it out immediately with compressed air or spray air. When the battery is clean, I cover the back again and disinfect it, leaving the product for about a minute. Then I wipe off the excess. This disinfectant also helps with cleaning, so the battery is ready for the next farm. Let's go wash the probe. Conditions vary on different farms. Some places have sinks, others don't, but we need to find a tap. This part, the connector for the ultrasound, is not waterproof. This is the part we need to protect the most. If you're worried about getting it wet, you can wrap it in foil and set it aside. I have a small container here, so I place the non-waterproof part inside. The rest, which is waterproof, I wash under lukewarm water. By the time we're washing the probe, we've already given hormones, filled out treatment forms, or talked with the farmer, so the dirt on the probe is often dried. It's good to soften it first. And then wash it with soap. I run my fingers along the probe to feel if there's any dirt left. Here everything is clean. This part also isn't waterproof, but it needs washing too. I cover it with my finger and clean it gently with the sponge. Next, we dry the probe. My tip: always wipe it gently, because you can pull the rubber away. From the probe. On older models, this part was less secure, so I always wiped from top to bottom. With newer probes, it doesn't make much difference. We also clean the non-waterproof part and check if any water or dirt got inside. This part is also good to blow out every once in a while. The probe goes inside the cow, so it must be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected. I think disinfecting the probe is the most important step. I always disinfect it twice. I spray it thoroughly, leave it for a moment and wipe it with a dry towel. This also shows if I missed any dirt. Here everything looks clean. My routine is that when I leave the farm, I spray the probe again, spread the product with my hand, and put it slightly damp into the case. This lets the disinfectant keep working, even during transport. If there are bacteria in the case, it reduces the risk of transferring them to the probe. Many users worry whether the rubber on the probe is resistant to disinfectants. Yes, there are products that don't damage it. This probe is about 2 years old, disinfected several to over a dozen times daily, and it's completely intact. When everything is clean, you can also wipe the outside of the case. Then the equipment can be safely sent for servicing. Why do we send it to service? even if nothing is broken. I send mine regularly, every 3 months, because I use it heavily. If someone uses it less, once every 6 months or even once a year is enough. The service takes the unit apart, checks for moisture or corrosion, and installs the newest software.